wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Our hadith today about rectifying or addressing the wrong things. The Prophet ﷺ said, whoever of you sees something wrong, notices something wrong, sees something wrong, let him rectify it physically. If he cannot, let him rectify it or address it verbally. If he cannot do that either, let him abhor it in his heart. And this is the least level of iman one can accomplish. What does that mean? If you see something wrong, let's take for an example. You pass by somebody who is smoking. And as we know, smoking is haram, no two ways about it. Because Allah Ta'ala says, describing in Surah Al-A'raf, describing the Prophet Muhammad, may Allah exalt his mention, as the unlettered prophet. Among the other things, is that to make unlawful for them things that are harmful. Of course, tobacco is not mentioned in the Quran. But likewise, whiskey and beer are not mentioned in the Quran. But they fall under the list of liquors. Likewise, when a person actually is doing something that is harmful to his body, it's unlawful for him to consume. You know that. Even, by the way, even if water is harmful to the person for one reason or another, it's harmful for him to drink water. If he drinks water, then it's unlawful for him to do that. You know, Allah is so merciful to us. He knows what's good for us, and He knows what's bad for us more than we know. So when He says that avoid everything harmful, and come on, even if you ask a child, smoking is good or bad, he would say it's bad. You know, come on. And because some people say, well, prove to me that it's smoking is unlawful or haram. Well, I can prove it to you by this hadith and by the verse of the Quran. Allah Ta'ala says that our Prophet, was sent in order to, among other things, to forbid us from consuming anything harmful. And of course, cigarettes are, although the name is not, tobacco is not mentioned by name in the Quran, but still it's harmful. That's why it's haram. So anyway, go back to the main point. Let's say you've come across a person who's smoking. Well, of course you can't use your hands, to take the cigarette out of it. You might end up in a big trouble. If a person you can control, and your son, for instance, you saw him smoking, well, you can rectify that with you can discipline him, but other people you can't. So in that case, try to reason with that person to tell him that smoking is haram and he should not smoke, and because you are doing something, disobeying Allah, and so on and so forth. This is rectifying a situation verbally. If you cannot, for one reason or another, if you cannot redress something wrong, neither physically nor verbally, the least you can do in that case is to hate what is being done or performed in your presence. To hate it. You could not rectify a situation, at least hate it. Some people are consuming liquor. You did not dare to do anything physically, neither verbally. Well, the least you can hate it and abhor it. That's what you should do, because you are Muslims. Whatever actually is an act of disobedience to Allah, we should always hate it. Because that's what Allah loves us to. On the day of resurrection, Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala will ask man, why did not try to rectify this situation or that situation? The man would say, oh Allah, I was afraid of those people. Then Allah would tell him, it is I who you should have been afraid of, not of my slaves and creatures. Well, that's the way it is. We know that Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala is merciful to us. And He sent Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam as mercy to humankind at large. Keep that in mind. Until then, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.